the holidays.
Here
Marvel
we
news
are.
this week. Stephen Yeun has left Thunderbolts, which was scheduled to shoot, I think, in 2 or 3 months.
Blessing and a disguise, I guess.
What do you mean?
Well, remember I said I wasn't like super huge on like the casting. It was fun, could have been good,
Could have
but
been.
originally I wasn't overly stoked.
Okay, so coming from comicbook.com, Stephen Yeun exits Marvel's Thunderbolts. Marvel's upcoming Thunderbolts movie has lost one of its biggest stars. On Tuesday night, The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Stephen Yeun has dropped out of the forthcoming MCU film, which is expected to begin production sometime this year, ahead of a July 2025 release date. The report cites the delay of the production start date as a reason of Yeun's exit. Yeun's whose work includes Invincible, Walking Dead, and Nope, was first reported to be cast in Thunderbolts in early 2023. Thunderbolts would have reunited him with Beef director Jake Schreier and creator Lee Seung-jin, both of whom have been attached to the project. Josh is super stoked about him leaving. I didn't mind the cast.
Stoked.
I didn't mind the casting. He's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
He did say he wants to be in a Marvel movie, so maybe he'll come back and play something else. But
100%.
I wouldn't be surprised if this happens a lot more in the next 6 months. Because of the actor strike and writer strike, people had committed to things, and then schedules get moved around. So,
how many projects? Like, I'm trying to think. Like, at least for any projects that they have where the character isn't like solidified.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had him in a suit already. They said.
Yeah. One of the guys from one of the
articles?
podcasts said they had seen a picture of him in the Sentry suit.
And they said it was the best suit ever.
Well, now it's going to have to fit someone else.
Exactly.
I imagine the actors who have already been in Marvel movies, I think probably Marvel takes precedent maybe in their contract over other things they take.
Yeah.
But if they haven't been in a Marvel movie yet, they can just say, well, I'd rather do this project because, I signed it first. I don't know. I don't know how those contracts work. If anyone on the inside wants to explain that to us.
I would honestly be terrified to look at one of those contracts. Like, I'm sure they're so tight now. Like, it's probably disgusting.
Yeah. Marvel Studios rumored to be developing a UK set series. Will Captain Britain make his MCU debut? So we've already seen Captain Britain, but it was Peggy Carter in Multiverse of Madness. Also, she's been in a lot of What If episodes so far in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I've noticed, yeah.
New rumors suggest Marvel Studios moving forward with a Disney Plus TV series focusing on the UK superheroes, including characters from Eternals and Secret Invasion. Will Captain Britain soon follow? In Secret Invasion, we were introduced to Olivia Colman's Sonya Falsworth, which she could be in all the things. Olivia Colman's great. The series never explicitly stated it, but comic book readers or MCU fans who play close attention will know that she's related to James Montgomery Falsworth, a member of Captain America, the First Avengers, Howling Commandos. Emilia Clarke also took center stage as Gia, Talos' daughter and shapeshifting Skrull, who later became the MCU's most powerful super being after becoming a super Skrull. Is she the most powerful? I feel like Captain Marvel is stronger, more powerful. I don't know that she could beat the Hulk.
No. She had one Hulk arm versus Terra Hulk. Like, what are we talking about here?
During Secret Invasion's closing moments, she was recruited by Sonya for what appeared to be a future spin-off. Now we have word on what that's likely to be, courtesy of Scooper Daniel Rickman. Apparently, Marvel Studios is developing a TV series about a group of superheroes, Excalibur, presumably based in the UK. It's said that Kit Harington's Dane Whitman will return here, presumably suiting up as a Black Knight. Eternals laid the groundwork for that and even teased a role for the character in Blade, only for that idea to have been scrapped years since. Yeah, if they're gonna, they could do some TV shows to bring back the characters they've teased for 5 years ago and finally put them in something.
Yes.
How long has it been for Eternals? 2019? Oh no, it came out during the pandemic, so 2020?
I thought it was 2019 it came out, but maybe I'm wrong. 2020 maybe.
Eternals came out 2019? No, that can't be right. That can't be right.
No, that makes sense. 2020.
2021, the Eternals movie.
Wow.
So it was like October, November 2021.
Seems like yesterday.
There's no mention of Captain Britain, but this would truly be the best possible place for the character to debut. Marvel Studios has missed a trick not including... Has missed a trick not... Okay. Introducing Brian Braddock or the Braddock family. There's James and there's Elizabeth. Before now, particularly as the Captain Britain Corps are key players in the multiverse. It's possible he was tied up in the X-Men rights, of course, with Brian's sister Betsy, aka Psylocke, now holding the mantle. Marvel Studios has set several MCU movies in the UK. Thor: Dark World, Spider-Man: Far From Home. However, Studios spotlight on the country's many superheroes. Union Jack is an idea with plenty of potential. They really have only done movies in New York and UK, like as a setting.
Yeah.
There's no like Chicago. There's no like California. There's no.
Now the TV shows have been all over, right? If you really think about it, it's like.
The Secret Invasion was UK.
And then, well, it was a mix of UK and the States, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then Miss Marvel was New Jersey. And then Moon Knight was what? A mix of Egypt and...
What was...
Where was he originally?
Egypt? Oh, yeah, the Eternals. Yeah. Yeah, they did some, like, ancient Mesopotamia, I think, Babylon.
So that one. And then WandaVision was in the States.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think that was also New Jersey. The WandaVision. I feel like that was a town in New Jersey.
Maybe.
I have to look back. Yeah, they could do the UK. Why not?
So they've been kind of all over the place. The movies have been pretty based.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, the article is right though. I'm surprised that the Captain Britain Corps hasn't been included in the multiverse yet.
I'm surprised.
We'll see. Okay. This isn't. It's kind of comic book related, comic book movie stuff. So they released the most watched originals streamings in 2023, and I thought it was surprising given how everyone thinks Marvel sucks and no one watches it. That is not the case. The streaming platform, streaming wars have led to a crowded marketplace with content spread out across seemingly endless list of platforms. We're not sure how anyone can be expected to subscribe to them all, but at least Marvel and Star Wars content can be found in one place for the most part. As you can see below, the popularity of those brands has given Disney Plus the top 2 spots on a list revealing the most watched streaming originals of 2023. The Mandalorian Season 3 comes in at number 1, with Loki Season 2 coming at number 2.
Really?
Given the narrative that Loki Season 2 was better story-wise, but no one was watching it, seems to have been debunked by this streaming list. Surprisingly, Secret Invasion, which got pretty bad reviews and wasn't all that good, also found its way into the top 10 for streaming for original shows.
So that's interesting. I feel like, especially regarding Secret Invasion, was that the first time that we saw Samuel L. Jackson in how long as Fury?
Well, he was in Captain Marvel.
That was 2019, right?
Yeah.
Between,
and then had he been in something since then? He wasn't in Spider-Man.
he wasn't
in Ant-Man. He wasn't in Guardians. He wasn't.
He was a teaser at the end of, or he was a cameo at the end of. What was it? When he was up in space.
Space.
Shit. Forget. Just talking to Fury. And he's like, yeah, I'm in space. Well, he doesn't say he's in space, but he walks out, he's in space.
Yeah. Far From Home, Secret Invasion, Marvels. Movies. He was in Far From Home. Yeah, right. That's true. He was not in No Way Home. He was not in No Way Home.
Far From Home, yes. No Way Home,
Yeah,
no.
Maybe it was... I don't remember. I don't remember the scene you're talking about.
It was a post-credit.
Yeah.
With Nick Fury.
Was that in Quantumania?
Internals. Look at us, eh?
Oh,
Look at us. Yeah, he's on the Saber space station
right.
at the end of Internals. And that's the last time we see him until Secret Invasion. So that is through 2 years, right?
Yeah, it's not that big of a gap.
Not that big of a thing, but I feel like people would literally watch the show.
Yeah, people will
because
watch
Samuel L.
Jackson
is
pretty much
the
anything.
lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So we have the top 10 shows via the Wrap. So Mandalorian, Loki, Ted Lasso. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised Mandalorian and Loki are above Ted Lasso. Like, I feel like Ted Lasso is huge.
I'm also pretty surprised. That's surprising. Like Ted Lasso is a huge show, but
Yeah,
it's
weird.
For them to be above that,
I don't know what
Definitely
You is.
surprised.
Do you know what You is?
the Stalker show on Netflix.
Only As Murders in the Building, a Black Mirror, a Secret Invasion came in at number 7. Not sure number 7 is still warrants its $200 million price tag. The Bear, Ahsoka, and surprisingly, Ahsoka was higher than The Witcher, given that The Witcher season 3 was Henry Cavill's last season. I thought that would be higher.
I didn't watch
The rest of the list isn't too crazy. Gen V is number 11. Jack Ryan's final season. Manifest, is that show that got canceled and then brought to Netflix? Netflix
I
saved
believe
it.
so. Yeah, the one about I think it's a plane.
The plane.
Yeah, the plane.
Outer Banks, I don't know what that is. Silo was really good. So was Shrinking, A Marvelous Miss Maisel. Invincible comes in at number 18. Night Agent,
Season
which
2
I
is so
watched,
good.
1923. Beef, which Stephen Yeun was in. Shadow and Bone, which got canceled. Shadow and Bone, which is in the top 25 original streaming shows, and they canceled it. It's crazy.
I think they're trying to do something with that. I read a rumor.
Like, take it somewhere else?
Yeah,
Oh. I mean, it seems to be a popular show. Like, these other shows,
there was a couple
Morning
people
Show
that I even knew that
has
watched
been
it.
renewed again, even though it's in the top 30. Poker Face, number 27. It's Poker Face, not Poke Face. But that got renewed. That was
it
from
could
Ryan
be.
Johnson. Criminal Minds.
People really like Poker Face, by the way. There's a lot of people like.
Yeah, what's her
I
name?
see him
It's
tweeting all the
really
time,
good.
and people, yeah, got a pretty.
What
heavy
is her
fan base.
name? I forget her name.
She's a great actress.
Yeah, the Ginger. The Daywalker.
Ginger.
She was also in Russian Doll.
It is. Criminy Chris. Her fucking name isn't even on the poster.
Natasha
Christ.
Lyonne.
Natasha Leone.
Yeah.
Wow, Benjamin
so-
Bratt's in that show? Holy shit.
Yeah.
And Adrian Brody. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a good-
JGL's in it too. Wow.
And Ron Perlman.
Right, all the funzos that came back from his movies.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Right, yes.
So yeah, if you spend, I guess, $200 million, you can get in the top 8, even though your show sucks. So Secret Invasion, but yeah, again, the narrative that Marvel's dead, or Disney, Disney's nobody watches Disney anymore because of their politics. Seems to be not true when you look at the numbers.
I would say so.
Okay, last one from Marvel News of the Week. X-Men new ongoing titles coming in 2024. Several mutant-themed MCU projects rumored to be in the works.
Oh my god, this is just... It's crazy.
Marvel Comics has announced the new ongoing X-Men titles will rise from the ashes of the Krakoa era, while new rumors claiming that a number of mutant-focused MCU projects are in the works. Marvel Comics has announced that the X-Men will be given a reset next year for a series of new ongoing titles under the From the Ashes banner. Details are slim for the time being. All we really have to go on is that following the end of the Krakoa era, new Marvel Comics X-Men ongoing titles launch in July 2024. Josh has left the building. As for the long-awaited MCU debut of the iconic mutant heroes, we recently learned that Marvel Studios has finally started development on the elusive X-Men reboot, with executives beginning to set writer meetings to hear pitches on how to bring the characters back to the big screen. Probably won't find that out for sure well into the new year, but the latest rumors claiming that several writers are now taking meetings We also have a slightly better idea of what the story will focus on. According to a recent report, the initial idea is to focus on the female members of the team. Kevin Feige is believed to want to make the movie as different to the 20th Century Fox franchise as possible, which also means no Magneto, at least not initially. The main villain is said to be Mr. Sinister. Now we're hearing that this reboot may not be the only mutant-focused project in the works. If accurate, this wouldn't exactly be a major surprise. The studio will likely look for a way to refresh and rejuvenate the MCU after a series of disappointing Phase 5 entries, and what better way to do that than to add the Children of the Atom to the mix. Feige assured fans that a reboot was in the works shortly after Disney acquired 20th Century Fox assets back in 2019. Blah, blah, yes. So, getting new X-Men comics, which will probably inform, or at least have themes of what Marvel likes to, like, remind people that this exists, and then with a limited comic run or something, or like, you know, yeah. Blade has a comic series again after being out of the scene for a while. Thanos has a new one. The Guardians of the Galaxy had one before Guardians came out. But they also have stories that kind of they pull from for their stories for the MCU. Yep. So whether this kind of pull happens now or, you know, 10 years down the road, Kevin Feige has said that the comics they're writing today will inform or at least give inspiration to the movies they're doing in 10 years. So they're going to do a Krakoa style X-Men in the future. This might be linked to that. And I don't have a problem with them wanting to not start with like Storm leads the X-Men multiple times. She's one of the original members. Why can't she be the focus of it? And then bring on Jean and Cyclops and Iceman and Beast and, you know, Angel, the original members. But yeah, Storm could lead the beginning of it and go from there.
Yeah. I feel like they did Angel dirty in the X-Men movies.
X-Men 3? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, wasn't he kind of like a super whiny baby, and then like,
well, he tried to cut his wings off when he was a kid in that first scene,
right? I mean, that's but I mean, after that, like, they did he get metal wings at the end? I think he did.
No. So he became a horseman of Apocalypse,
right? Yeah.
They didn't do that in X-Men 3 though, because Apocalypse wasn't around. So he wasn't he didn't get the metal wings in.
Oh, it must have been.
Did he? Was he in? I don't even remember. Was he in the X-Men Apocalypse movie?
I don't think
they had different horsemen then. I think. I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah, they did.
Cut that movie out of my mind. Yeah. So look for new titles from the Ashes starting in July. Right now there is new limited sets coming from Jonathan Hickman. Came out starting to yesterday. Let me just.
Yeah.
It was Fall from the House of. What was it called? X-Men. Oh, here we go. Fall of the House of X, number 1 came out yesterday. Yeah. So that's the start of the end, I think, for a Krakoa Age.
Gotcha.
It's a nice magic cover there.
Yeah.
Then Brooks likes to do his connecting variants, which is over there. You can't see that, but
it's all look very nice.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Marvel News of the Week, and we'll hit you with an ad to say goodbye.
Your new multi-vendor marketplace, YouSellComics.com, offers a site exclusively for buying and selling of all things comics. Slabs, omnis, trades, and more. Sell for as low as 5% commission or 0 commission monthly tiers. Run your own auctions, unlimited bin listings. YouSellComics.com